Rural Americans deserve access to the best our nation has to offer, especially when it comes to health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families' health. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, there's an important race this year, and it's for the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis has done a great job for the last 8 years, but he's term limited. So President Trump has a designee. He was Congressman Byron Donalds. And, Congressman, congratulations. You are the designee of President Trump. And tell us, Florida has been doing great. I mean, you've gone up to almost 24 million people. You kept the budget low. Can we keep it going?
Absolutely, we can, and it's good to be with you, John, but we absolutely can. Florida is the best state in the country. That's why people continue to choose our state every single day. But there's some core principles that are going to be maintained in Florida. Number one, a commitment to law and order. That is going to remain. Number two, common sense and smart budgeting, where we're not going to just spend money recklessly and live beyond our means. We're not going to do that. We're going to do the smart thing on behalf of the people of Florida. And number three, and most importantly, we are going to be a state based upon common sense and conservative principles. That's how Governor DeSantis has governed. That's how I'm going to govern. And we're really excited about the future of our state.
And quality of life. I think that's a lot of New Yorkers that are moving down to Florida is because the quality of life. And I think that's one of the most important things.
Absolutely. Quality of life is paramount in Florida. We have a great state. And so even though more people are going to choose Florida, we're going to make sure that we protect the Florida that everybody's come to know while also preparing for Florida's future. You know, when you get more people coming to your state, you got to plan. So we are going to have to plan how we expand the roads that we need to expand. The roads we need to expand, we're going to plan for how we're going to build the future housing, not just for young people in the state of Florida trying to get that first home, but for the other people who are going to choose Florida to be their home. But we're going to do this working together, and we're really excited about the prospects. There's a lot of efficiency in government that we'll be working on going forward. We got to cut down government waste, cut down government processing times. We want to make sure that Florida's government is moving at the speed of business, not at the speed of government. That's what's going to continue to set us apart from the other 49 states. Understood.
Sunday morning, people, we're building a big project in St. Pete ourselves, and I have an apartment down there. So everybody in New York, a lot of people in New York are trying to decide, do I stay in New York or do I go to Florida? What do you tell them?
Listen, I tell them that Florida is a great place, but when you come here, you got to make sure that you come here and support the values that have made Florida what it is. You know, back during COVID, there was concern. We had a lot of people from New York, New Jersey, from the Midwest who were coming to Florida, and some of the concern was that they were going to still vote Democrat even though they were coming here. And what we found is that when people are sick of crazy politics in New York and in New Jersey, they come to Florida and they want to keep this place exactly the way it is. Well, I would tell future New Yorkers who may come down, Florida is Florida based upon common sense and conservatism. That's the way we operate. That's the way we govern. That's going to maintain. And if you want to support that, then there's a spot for you in Florida.
Well, that certainly sounds good. And all the time I've spent in Florida the last 2-3 years, you're absolutely correct. And Governor DeSantis has done a great job, and we look for you to follow in those footsteps.
Absolutely. And look, we're really excited. Look, our state, like I said, we're the best state in America. It's not close. And how we've got here is Governor DeSantis has done a tremendous job leading our state. And now we're going to make sure we stay on that same path, that same trajectory of conservative policy and, standing up to the radical left when you got to stand up to them, because they're always going to try to pull a fast one. But we're going to always stand up to the radical left. We're going to be based on liberty. We're going to be based on opportunity, based on common sense, law and order, sound economic policy. And really, we want a state where people can just live their dream. They really build that Florida dream and really just be left alone. That's the state we love. That's the state we wanted to keep. And we're going to continue to do that here in Florida.
Congressman Byron Donalds, I look forward to be calling you governor in November. Thank you so much for coming on this Sunday morning. And see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Everybody, God bless.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our country has to offer, especially health care. Across every state, every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.